Okay guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to grow a willow oak tree from acorn, which is going to be its seed. And the willow oak tree is a beautiful tree, guys. It grows, really tall. I've seen them over 115 feet tall, which is crazy big. And they are a beautiful looking decorative tree. I mean, they got these beautiful, nice shaped, blade-shaped leaves, and they drop these really small acorns. It's a common landscape tree over here by me in Middle Tennessee. The willow oak tree drops its acorns in the fall time. So right now it's early October and it's already dropping plenty of acorns. But it will continue to be dropping its acorns, all the way through pretty much October. And we'll see, maybe in the end of December, there'll still be some acorns falling. So to begin, guys, what we're gonna wanna do is you wanna come out and just collect, I would say, probably a bag around this size, sandwich bag full of these acorns. And then after that, we're gonna test them out, the water method, and then we're gonna put them through stratification. Okay guys, now that we have our willow oak acorns gathered, what we're going to do is put them through the water test. And this is simply just putting the acorns in a bowl of water. And what we're going to be doing is picking out all the acorns that float to the top and all the acorns that sink to the bottom. It should be an indicator that they are healthy. And like I said in a previous video, guys, I have seen cases when some of the acorns that actually float to the top are still healthy. And they are, generally doing good. But overall, guys, that is not going to be the case. Overall, the ones that are floating are going to have air pockets in them. They're either going to have, mold going on. As you can see with this one, it's all rotten out. And sometimes there'll be like oak worms in them, or, just diseased in general. So overall, guys, this is going to be a really good indicator. And as you guys can see, there's actually a really good yield with the willow oak tree. So all we're going to do is just simply scoop out all of the bad acorns. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep all of our good acorns that sank to the bottom, and then we're going to move on to the next step, which is putting these acorns through stratification. Okay guys, so the next step in growing our willow oak trees from seed is to put them through stratification, guys. And all I did was I took the selected, the ones that tested good and healthy and positive willow oak seeds, and I put them in a plastic bag, filled them with moist dirt. I dated it, and what I'm going to do, guys, is just simply put this in the fridge for the whole period of, the winter. And then when springtime rolls around, guys, I will take this out and I will sow the seeds into pots and, start growing the willow oak. And that's what I'll be showing you guys in the next clip. But just another word of advice, guys, is if you start seeing the acorns rooting themselves in the bag as springtime approaches, go ahead and sow the seeds into some pots and, get it started. Generally, that doesn't happen with, doing a stratification this method with the bags. Usually they do not root, but I have seen it happen with some other species of tree. But that is just a little warning, guys. Other than that, though, that is going to be it for this step, and we're going to move on to the next step, which is waiting for the following spring. Okay, guys, so now that it has gone through stratification, our willow oak acorns, and I can look through the bag and actually see a couple of our acorns are rooting through, so I know it is time to plant them, and it has been a long enough time period. So what I'm going to do, guys, is go ahead and take my pots outside, and the weather is beautiful outside, so I'm not concerned with planting them outside. Because sometimes, guys, the acorns will actually root through a little early, and it'll still kind of be cold outside, and spring will not be here. But I got lucky this season. So we're going to go ahead and look at our acorn right here, guys. And as you can see, it's rooting through, starting to sprout. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and plant it in our dirt. Tuck it down nice and gently, just like that. And then we're going to continue to go through. And what I like to do, guys, is just because the acorns are not sprouting, so just because you don't see any roots on these ones, does not mean they are bad, because we did water test all of them. But I'm just going to go ahead and plant the ones that are rooting, just because they should have a higher success rate than the ones that haven't rooted yet. And there you go, guys. That is another one that has a nice root on it. So we got to be really careful. Make sure we're being very, very gentle. We do not want to snap off that white root. So that's what we've spent all this time working towards, guys. And it'd be it'd be really sad if it broke off now this far in the process. So, guys, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and plant a fair amount of these little acorns. I don't know how many I want to keep this year, but as you can see, I'm just planting the ones that have the root on it because, obviously I know for a fact that these ones are healthy and they're doing well. So I'm going to continue and go ahead, guys, and then I'm going to wait a couple weeks, and I'll show you guys the next clip of them actually rooting out, and that should conclude this series on how to grow a willow oak from acorn. So guys, after we have transplanted our willow oak acorns, another step you definitely want to make sure you do is go ahead and give these guys a nice thorough watering. Now, I couldn't find my water jug, so I'm just using some old recycling of a milk jug, but you just want to make sure that you soak the pots really, really well, because these acorns are coming from a very damp, bag, going through stratification indoors, very controlled area, to being outside, and the soil you plant them in might not be as moist as it's coming from. And especially if you're dealing with ones that have already rooted, you definitely want to make sure they are as healthy. And you don't want to lose a sapling this long into the process. So after we water them, I like to go back, pat down any of the soil that has risen up, make it look nice and good. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna cut to the next clip, which should be in a couple weeks when these sprout into young, mature willow oak saplings. All right, guys, so this is the final result. This is our willow oak tree sapling right here. It's looking really healthy and beautiful. Now, unfortunately, this is the only one I have left, because after filming the last clip, I left out, the little pots with acorns in it, and believe it or not, the squirrels came and demolished all of my acorns, except for one I was able to salvage. So I had to bring it inside, grow it under my grow lights, and it sprouted and rooted, thank God. So this is the only one I got left. And I'm not joking when I say you got to cover up your stuff, because squirrels will get to it. And I had a bunch of other pots, full of these species, and now I'm down to one. So no big deal. Not, I've grown a lot of these in the past, so it's not a huge deal. But anyways, guys, that's going to complete this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I wish you guys the best of luck with growing your willow oaks. These are extremely popular, really beautiful landscape tree. And they look phenomenal when they start growing in. I love this species of oak. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.